X-Men.
Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about the Marvel Legends series 1997 cartoon X-Men Wolverine. Now, I've been waiting for this guy for a while, and let me tell you something. I couldn't find him out in the wild until yesterday. Once again, went to Newberry Comics, and I was able to find him on the shelf right then and there. Grabbed him. As you all know, I did my review on Bishop. When I got Bishop, I could not find Wolverine at the time when I picked him up. Well, I was able to find Wolverine, and of course, once again, I canceled my pre-order on BBTS for this Wolverine because, of course, I found them in the wild, so I don't need two of the same figure. So that's the only reason why I canceled. If I would never have found them, of course, I would have gotten them off of BBTS, where I get a lot of my stuff. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, Newberry Comics is in New York on Long Island. If you guys are ever there, go to Smith Haven Mall and go in there and check it out. It's a cool store. Find yourself some good stuff. Now, with that being said, this guy comes with a few accessories. So let's take a look at what he comes with, because he doesn't come with a whole lot, but he does come with some pretty cool stuff. Now, originally, this guy here came with his clawed hands on here. I took them off, put on his fists. So, of course, he doesn't have his claws out right now. But anyway, let's get into taking a look at the figure. Before we get into the accessories, I got a little bit ahead of myself. So anyway, it's a nice look. This is the first Wolverine that I have that has the animated look to him that looks this good. In my opinion, I know there's been others. I missed out on all those. There are Mafex ones that I haven't picked up that are just phenomenal. But of course, I picked up this guy here because of the fact that I wanted him in this suit here, and I couldn't find the Mafex one in this outfit. All right, paint, not too shabby. Moving down to, I like the way they did these right here on the shoulder, so they move. That's really nice. I do like that head sculpt. That head sculpt is very nice, reminiscent of the cartoon. Looks very, very nice. That crazy hair that Wolverine has always had. And then moving down to the paint itself, down to the belt. This looks a little awkward down here, but okay. I mean, it is what it is. Moving down to the legs, the boots, paint, everything is solid. I like the way they added the boot tread. And then of course, we have the actual cylinders on the back of his fist where the blades come out instead of in between, which later on happened to be like in the movie, which of course makes a lot of sense. And then I wish they would have done some paintbrushing here to have the hair kind of stick out a little bit more, because Wolverine, well, he was a hairy dude. Paint wise, everything looks good, but very nice. I don't know if a lot of you guys know some of the history on this guy, but of course, he was just supposed to be a one and done character in the Marvel Comics, and he actually took off and became what he is today. And then he got his own comic, which definitely was just crazy back in the 90s to read that comic. If you guys get a chance, go back and read the first Wolverine comics that have ever come out. You will be happy that you did. All right, so enough of that. Let's take a look at this guy's accessories. I'm just gonna roll right into it. And he comes with his flattened out mask. So that pretty much just, if you pop the head off, it just lays like this on the back of the figure. Pop the head back on, and there you go. Now you have the hood laying on the back, like he has pulled it down. So if you want to, because you don't have the open hands, you want to pose him out to have him pulling down his mask. You can. And it's the best range you're going to get with his arms because he's big and bulky, but otherwise, that's how you're going to do that. You can bring the other one up too to make it look like he's pulling it down with both hands. But of course, because they're fists, you're going to have to kind of turn them a little bit to make it look like he's actually pulling down his mask. Now, on the other side, we have his alternate head, of course, where it's maxed up. Oh, wow. This one does not want to go on. Isn't that something? Ooh-wee. Ah, there it goes. And now we have Wolverine with his masked head, and that is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let me see. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna try and do this while we're on camera here. See if I can get him in a little bit of a action pose here. Because you guys know how I just suck at doing those, but I do try. Let's give him a little bit of flavor here. Let's see. Not that, you know, and look, he does not have the greatest articulation when it comes to this figure, but he is a nice looking figure nonetheless. There you go. There's a bit of a, see if I can get a little bit more attitude. Get this leg bent just slightly ever so much. Let's see. Sorry for the silence. But yeah, just trying to get him to have just a wee bit more attitude in this pose here. Not the greatest. Let's see. Let me turn him a little bit. Crunch him down. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. I mean, he is kind of boxy, but for the most part, not too bad. Otherwise, with this mask being on, let's pop off these hands. And I have to say that this guy here has the best claws besides the Wolverine, the movie version, because they're not all bent to crap. Mostly Wolverine's claws are all bent sideways, pushed in, you know, close together, whatever the case. Now, can you pose this guy? See if I can get that classic X pose. Maybe not. He is a little cumbersome. I mean, that's the best I'm going to be able to get, trying to get that pose. But you want to get him in a... Let's see. Let's get him in a little bit of a classic. And he's short. And Wolverine is short, don't get me wrong. But that's a cool looking little pose right there to have him in, right? Let's get this up. Let's get these claws up a little bit, because he would always have his claws up near his face. Oh yeah, that's nice. Get him lunging out. I don't know if I can get him lunging out. I'm gonna try though. Let's see. Yeah, like that classic pose where Wolverine is lunging at one of his said victims. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good. Overall, that's actually really good. Not too bad at all. He does pose. I'm not going to say that he doesn't. He does pose. I'm not the greatest posing person to do some posing while on camera. I mean, I'll try. Let's see. Get him kind of... Let's see if I can do this. Get him kind of jumping out of the way, kind of, sort of. To move away from... Like he's lunging backwards from an attack. Or jumping out of the way of something, maybe. I'm trying here. There you go. I just think that he does fall into place, even though he is boxy here and everything with this figure. I think that he, you can get him into some great poses. And let me stop right here with the posing, because then we'll be here all day, because I'm actually getting him to fall into place with some pretty cool stuff. His joints are stiff, at least on mine they are, which is fine. I don't mind that he has stiff joints. I mind the fact of him having seized joints, which that's not the case here. Trying to get him in that classic pose where, you know, he has his blades in the front, and he does have that great head tilt to look up. Yeah, he's one of the figures that actually has that. That's really good. I just can't. This is the one pose I'm having a problem getting him to actually fall into. So please forgive me, but I know it's not the best, you know, crouching pose that we have seen with Wolverine, but for some reason, that's because this arm is off. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, that's not falling into the way I want it to go. For whatever reason, I cannot get him to do what I want him to do when it comes to this pose here on camera. So I mean, I'd have to work with him off camera to get him to pose the way I want him to. But anyway, you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to do with him. Is he a great figure? Yeah, I think they could have spent a little bit more time on certain things. That's just my personal opinion. Can you pose him? Hell yeah. Okay, there you go. That's a little bit better. Right there with his arms, you know, in front of him, his claws out. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's the best I'm going to be able to do with him. Yeah, you know, with Wolverine being the martial artist that he is and everything else, real quick, before I stop, can you get him to kick? I mean, that's the best you're going to be able to do as far as getting him to pose out with any type of kick, which isn't too bad. Not bad whatsoever. I think that yeah, I think that they did a good job with him. I can't really complain too much when it comes to the fact of this Wolverine. I think that if you're looking to get this figure, you're going to be happy with him. You're not going to be disappointed because of the fact that they did make it to where you can get him into some of those iconic poses with this guy. Do we need the effect parts? I don't think that we do. I think that besides him being a little boxy at the waist, for the most part, he's a great looking figure. So let me get some comparisons out here to compare him to a couple other figures. And let's bring this review to an end. And I'm sorry that I kept you guys here long enough trying to pose him out, but I figured I'd do something a little different this time. Just keep the camera rolling. Get it all natural on there and show it off. So that's 13 minutes long of blurriness. I didn't even realize it was that blurry, so I apologize. And I can't even get that. There it goes. It wasn't even focusing, so I do apologize on that. All right, so let's get the comparisons and let's end this review. Here's how Wolverine compares to Master of the Universe New Eternia Webster, and here's how Wolverine compares to Disney Gargoyles Broadway, and here's how Wolverine compares to Disney Gargoyles Lexington. All right, so that's how Wolverine compares to all those other figures, and as you can see, he fits in the line really good. So, you know, you could actually put him anywhere you want if you want him to be in a different universe, different timelines, whatever the case. Now, when it comes to certain things with this figure, listen, it doesn't break the bank. It's not going to sit there and turn around and change my mind on picking up this figure, the little here's and there's. Most of all, this figure is absolutely wonderfully done. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. Absolutely. The claws are beautifully done. The head sculpts, yes. My little pet peeves that I have, those are just my opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion or whatever the case. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Leave comments down below and tell me what you think. If you're able to pick this guy up, if you haven't gotten him yet, whatever the case. But I just want to say, he is definitely a great Wolverine to have on your shelf. If you don't have one, definitely pick him up. They did a wonderful job with it. I got to give it to Hasbro on this one. So, with that being said, guys, this is going to conclude this review on the 1997 animated version of Wolverine. Guys, Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below. Always hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the flippity flip.